You hear the music. You know who's coming. Tyrese.
He's inevitable.
He's inevitable. What a game. What a performance. Welcome into Fitz The Bill on this Friday morning. I've got so many stats for Tyrese Haliburton. How about this one? Tweeted out yesterday by Micah Adams. Tyrese Haliburton is the only player with 3 go-ahead shots in the final 5 seconds in a single postseason. He has more in this 2025 postseason than Kobe Bryant had in his entire career. And since 1996, when play-by-play began, LeBron is the only player with more than Haliburton. He is inevitable. He is doing something we have never seen before.
And he's doing it without playing well.
He had a horrible game. The Pacers had a horrible game.
What did Richard Jefferson say? You got to have better stats than I forgot what he said, man. It was a funny one though. He
finished with 14 points. He would have had 12 if he didn't hit that game winner. 5 of 12 if he didn't hit that game winner. Finished 6 of 13. Did have a double-double with 10 rebounds. But geez Louise. I mean, you said 110 is the magic number.
Yeah.
And guess what the Pacers got over?
111, baby.
Yes, sir.
That's the trend continues, man.
I woke up and it's just like I had that realization. They really did that. They really did that.
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm going to be critical of the coach, and this is the only issue. It's clearly a lack of experience. Shea had 28 at the half, if I recall.
Yes.
He ended with 38.
I think he had 18 shots in the first half, too.
Yeah. They literally took their foot off the gas. Chet didn't even play 30 minutes, which is inexcusable. And with the rotation switch that he did, I thought initially that was a great idea, and it was, except for you got to remember your starters. You got to remember your guys. Like when Mitchell Robinson was in the starting 5 for the Knicks, it didn't really change his minutes per se. It just changed the rotation a little bit. This last night, completely changed people's minutes, and you can't do that.
Holmgren had 24. Hartenstein had 17. They almost got a little too cute with it. Because in the first half, it worked out well. But then as the game went on, the Pacers made the adjustments, and they ended up overtaking them and playing better in the second half than OKC did. And, Hartenstein finishes 17 minutes, just 9 points. Holmgren, 24 minutes, 6 points. And that was their issue against the Nuggets, right? Their 2 big men just did not get anything going, and it brought them down, and it forced it into a 7-game series. Hopefully, Mark Daigneault learned from that mistake last night and switches some things up again. But, I mean, I think you should have run with what you – and, of course, hindsight's 20/20, but you should have run with what you had. Run with what you got, and then force the Pacers to prove to you that starting Holmgren and Hartenstein isn't going to work. And then if that's the case, then you bench him. But just benching Hartenstein right off the jump turns out to be the wrong decision, and maybe Daigneault was getting a little too cute with it.
I think they just – I said this about the Pacers coming into the series. I probably should have said about the Thunder too. The Thunder have played nobody like the Pacers. The Pacers have played nobody like the Thunder. Like any other team getting down in that situation, they're probably not coming back. They're just going to pack it in. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's the Pacers too. OKC had 20 turnovers forced in the first half, and they only had a 12-point lead going into halftime.
Yeah, I think the split was 24-6 in turnovers. Yeah. I said if they play like that, I really thought they'd get beat by 20 plus. And I mean, there was some poor shooting. And I really don't know schematically though what the Pacers could do to make them not play Chet any more than what they did. And then there was definitely some possessions where my guy Williams, I need to pull him to the side and let him know there's 4 other guys on the court. He was overdoing some of those possessions, especially down the stretch.
You got to talk to Lou Dort too.
Yeah, but Lou is the catch-22 with Lou is when he sees a couple go in, he's going to keep firing.
Yeah, he goes 5 of 9 last night, which isn't a bad shooting percentage, but a couple of them were just so ill-advised. But he thought he had the hot hand.
Yeah,
so he's like, I'm going to do it.
Let it rain.
I thought of the that one meme video of the big guy taking shots that are just bricking everywhere. That
Sauce Adams.
Is that Sauce?
Spice Adams.
Spice
Sorry,
Adams.
Spice Adams.
That's he just turned into Spice Adams halfway through the game, and he's just chucking up shots. OKC finished 1 of 6 from the floor to finish out the final 3 minutes of the game. That's going to lose you a lot of games.
Well, I'm hype about a couple things. I'm hype about the trend of getting over 110 resulting in a win. I don't know how it happens where it was 111 on the dot, but hey, we'll take it.
Yes.
And then, like I said, the X factor is Obi Toppin. He really is. Like, and he's the one guy.
Look, ain't no stopping Obi Toppin. 17 points in 25 minutes. Ain't no stopping the Dayton Flyer.
They don't have an answer for that particular matchup if he's on, right? If he's not on, then it's whatever. But if he's on, like the amount of space that it creates for the Pacers and what it can do for their tempo, it's just a crucial aspect of this series. He is truly the X factor in that 6-man role.
It's so fun. It is so fun. Can you play that Tyrese Haliburton music again while I rave about him real quick?
Okay.
Because I feel like that'd be a really nice bed for what I'm about to say about what Tyrese did. We've got stats. We'll bring up stats for the whole show. But Tyrese Haliburton, I couldn't help but laugh. I mean, you couldn't help but laugh at it because it's inevitable. He's doing things we've quite literally never, ever seen before. He has carved his basketball name into history again, and he's done it 3 other times this postseason with another. It was cold-blooded, absurd. It's reality bending. He won Game 1. He stole Game 1 from OKC. Think about this. The Indiana Pacers, Alan, they never led the entire game. They were down 15 in the fourth and looked completely out of it. What did Rick Carlisle do? At one point, he benched everyone, all 5 starters, and it worked. It provided the spark. And then the Pacers took the lead with a whopping 0.3 seconds left on the clock. Haliburton, what does he do? He does what he has done time and time and time again this postseason. Rises up, hits a jumper, walks off like he's done this 3 other times because, well, he has. And that has been his postseason run. Shea had 38. The Thunder led for 47 minutes and 59 seconds. OKC forced 20 turnovers in the first half. The Pacers were out of it. They looked out of sorts. They looked outmatched. Haliburton had one of the worst first halves of his postseason. And still, Haliburton and the Pacers walked off the court with the win and a smirk like, what else did you expect? We've been doing this all postseason. What else did you expect? Indiana has been counted out time and time again, and they were going into this series. They were 10-point underdogs last night in OKC in Game 1, and they take notes. The Pacers take things personal, and they use that to fuel themselves. Game 1 told us everything we need to know. Nobody puts the Pacers in the corner. None.
Just the synergy and the crescendo of the Imperial March in your rant is just so perfect.
All right.
Nobody puts Baby in the corner.
Look, nobody puts the Pacers in the corner. None.
Hey, seriously, utmost respect, man. I'm not doubting anything again. Look, I said before I thought it was, matchup styles and things like that. It wasn't going to be easy, and I'm glad they validated that.
It's not going to be easy. Do you have the soundbite of Tyrese Haliburton saying that they take notes on when people doubt them?
Yeah, I got it. I'll pull it up right now.
This is one of the most wild things I've ever heard from a player. He literally says, "We take notes on what you guys are saying." It is hilarious that Indiana has this approach, and I love this approach because it's how I approach life too. They take notes and they listen to everyone doubting them time and time again. Use it to fuel themselves.
After you have a run like last year, and then you get swept in the Eastern Conference Finals, and all the conversation is about is how you don't belong there, and how you lucked out to get there, and that it was a fluke. Guys are going to be off. We're going to spend the summer off. And then you come into the year with all the talk around how it was a fluke. you have an unsuccessful first couple months, and now that's easy for everybody to clown you and talk about you in a negative way. And I think as a group, we take everything personal. Like as a group, it's not just me, it's everybody. I feel like that's the DNA of this group. And that's not just me, that's our coaching staff does a great job of making us aware of what's being said. Us as players, we talk about it in the locker room, we talk about it on the plane. We're a young team, so we probably spend more time on social media than we should. But I just think we do a great job of taking things personal. And that gives this group more confidence,
Have you ever heard of a player say we do a good job of taking things personal?
Michael Jordan?
Yeah. Okay, so we've gone through Jimmy Butler. What's the second coming of
I'm not
MJ?
comparing him to Michael Jordan at all.
I know. But we take things personal. We listen to it. We're on social media. We read what you're saying, and we take things personal, and we use that as fuel. What a post game.
So if he retweets something that I said, I should be afraid, right?
Yes, yeah. If he likes it, you should be even more afraid.
Man, and in fact, look, everybody listening, we should just tweet out slanderous things about the Pacers just to see how hard they play.
Haliburton's bad in clutch time.
Yeah, like all that stuff is luck, man. I mean, six straight luck shots.
He'll regress to the mean. He'll start missing these eventually. He'll go on the coldest streak ever. He'll go 0 for 6 to make it all even out. His play this season in what they describe as I think it's called super clutch time.
Yeah.
So it's a little different than clutch time. In super clutch time, the final 2 minutes of the season, he has a 107.1% effective field goal percentage.
So he doesn't miss.
He is above 100%. He is 13 of 15 on super clutch shots this season. The reason that his effective field goal percentage is above 100% because he's not missed a three. If a 2-point shooter hit all of their 2-point shots, like 15 of them, Haliburton will have outscored him with his 13 made ones. What he is doing in the postseason and in the regular season, it is the definition of the most clutch player we have ever seen. I've got 2 words for you. Most clutch player ever that we've seen.
Thank you, Chuck.
Yep. That's more than 2 words.
I love that. I had that promo, too.
The whole video of that.
Now that we're going through our post TNT days, that was one of my favorites. And then I know you don't listen to the Kelsey podcast, but they had Shaq on. And
I watched some of the clips.
Oh, you did?
It.
Okay. And he talked about his favorite one.
You don't think I listened to not Gridiron Heights? What do they call it?
You see, we don't even know what it's called.
The Kelsey podcast. Gridiron. Is it not Gridiron Heights?
I don't think it's Gridiron Heights. I think Gridiron Heights is
right?
The Bleacher Report
it is.
Cartoon.
Yeah, it's something Heights.
Now, if you were trying to prove to me that you listened to it, you're doing a bad
New
job.
Heights. New Heights.
Okay.
All right, I got there. Sorry. I misplaced one word. I got 50% of the name right.
I only listened to Colonial Heights.
I only listened to Colonial Downs. Word association. All right.